Okay, so tonight's homework is on the characteristics of a persuasive essay and quick outlining and planning. So you guys have already done the research, had a group debate. Now what are we going to do with all of that information? Well, we're going to be taking it and writing a persuasive essay. You're going to be typing out the final, including a counter argument, in-text citation, and a works cited page. So this will take us a little bit of time, but not very much, and then as soon as we're done writing this essay, we'll move on to a new unit. So, as we get started today, just anytime you see a pencil in the corner, just like normal, write down your notes. Okay, so characteristics of a persuasive essay. So remember that persuasion is to convince the reader to rethink the position that you're taking, take action, or believe or show something new on a topic. So you should have an argument, and remember that we talked a lot about this during our debate. So it should have reasons, details, facts. You should use all of those to support your side. And think about what you learned in the debate. So you learned about assertions, or stating the argument that you're trying to prove, giving reasoning, the because part of your argument, offering support for your assertion, and then also providing evidence to support your reasoning. So using historical examples, contemporary examples, statistical or scientific information, all of that research that you used during the debate. We're just going to take all that information and put it into an essay form. Okay, so the introductory paragraph for this essay needs to be hot. It should have a hook, you should state your opinion, think about your thesis sentence, and introduce your topic and arguments. You don't have to write this part in the green, by the way. We are going to take a closer look at introductions and different styles of thesis sentences in our next concept video. We talked about this all the way back at the beginning of the year when we did our career essay. So if you want to go back and re-look at that particular video or your notes on what an intro to an essay should look like, as well as example thesis, we're going to take it a step further and look at some more complex thesis sentences. So if you don't like any of the ones we talk about in the next concept video, feel free to go back and look at the other video as well for even more examples on what you could use for the introductory paragraph. The body paragraphs for this essay should have at least 3 main arguments. You should be looking at all types of argument styles: logic, emotional, and expert. So we're not talking about debates anymore and what should be logic and what should be emotional. You should be using any and all types of arguments throughout your essay where they are appropriate. So kind of forget what you learned about opening, closing versus closing statement, and that one should be logic and one should be emotional. Now we're delving into a completely different arena. We're using a lot of the same information, but we're turning it around a little bit. A speech is different than an essay, and so we need to treat it that way. As far as the details that you're going to be using within each main body paragraph, you really should be using all those facts, statistics, evidence, examples, any experts that you found and experience that you can add to that. Oops, I'm not sure. We were ready to move on. There we go. Anything you can add to bulk up your paragraphs and really explain your argument and provide a lot of support and reasoning is what you should be doing. Okay, as far as the concluding paragraph, you restate your positions and arguments, summarize those main arguments and points, and provide any last thoughts or thinking to inspire the reader to take action. I know with our last big essay or career essay, many of you just didn't do a conclusion, or maybe you did a sentence. Well, people, a sentence does not make a paragraph. So we really need to put some thought and effort into our conclusions, and they should be a full paragraph, just like all the rest of your essay. It really should mimic a lot of the same information that you use for your intro, and I'm looking for more than just a sentence. I want to make sure that I'm perfectly clear on that. Those people that did no conclusion or only a sentence or two on their last essay did not meet proficiency. So I'm going to hold you to the same standard for this essay as well. You need to have a conclusion. Okay, so as far as the quick plan, you've already done all of your research, so this should be fairly easy. You know your topic. I want you to go ahead and on the next slide I'm going to show you what I want, but you're going to create a quick T-chart. We've used these in class a lot. So pause the video, make this chart in your notes, and time yourself. Take about 5 to 10 minutes and just write out your ideas. You should know this like the back of your hand because you've already done your debate on it. So literally pause the video and time yourself. Only take 5 to 10 minutes. I don't want this to be a really super long activity. You're just getting your ideas and thoughts in order so that when you come to class tomorrow, we can start working on writing out your rough draft. Okay, so on this next slide, I've got your T-chart for you, and let's go ahead and take a look at it. So in your homework journal, just go ahead and write down at the top topic and position, and then make a table that has a spot for at least 4 body paragraphs, because remember, I want you to have 3 main arguments and then 1 counter argument, so you need to have room to plan for that as well. So at the top, you'll put up topic, what your topic is, what your position is on that topic, and then feel free to go ahead and make the space for the body paragraph and section at the bottom for the conclusion and what you're going to put in that conclusion. And I am feeling a little bit generous, and I know that a lot of you were really bummed out when you were put on one side versus the other for your particular research topic. So if you feel like you've done enough research on both sides, in other words, you have enough research to back up writing on the opposite side of what you did your debate on, I will allow you to do that, but it makes me slightly nervous because you did all your research for the other side. So you have to have enough to back up what you're saying. If you decide to switch and argue the other point. That's your decision. You can do that if you want to. So again, once you've got this written down in your notes, in your homework journal, pause this video, time yourself 5 to 10 minutes, write out your thoughts. Remember the rule of 5 idea. Same principle here. You're not taking a lot of time and writing out every single huge detail. It's just quick planning. Okay, so basic information on the topic one more time. So the intro should have background information, hook, thesis, list of main ideas or arguments, and transition into the body. You should have at least 3 arguments and 1 counter-argument paragraph with a ton of details and all of your facts and information to support those arguments within it. You should have 1 counter-argument paragraph. Think about the rebuttal process. That should really help you in putting this together, but it should be pulled out and made into a full paragraph. And then as far as your conclusion, repeat your 3 main arguments, summarize your best points, and give your last thoughts on the topic, or maybe even give a call to action for the reader. Alright, you guys are done. Don't forget to scroll down to below the slides for this and do the digital whisk at the bottom of this tutorial, and I will see you in class tomorrow so we can get started writing this bad boy. Alright, see you guys later.